Hello and welcome to Tathastu ICS. I am Umang Khokhar, your Environment and Current Affairs faculty, and today we are here with another session of the important or key species in news for the third week of December. So moving ahead with the session, I have segregated this into three subdivisions. So होता क्या है कि हमेशा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हमारे पास कोई important key species न्यूज़ में रहा हो. Maybe there would be any protected area also that is in news, or there could be any personality or person related to environment in news. So in another all the sessions that we will be coming up also, we will do it in the same manner so that we cover each and every aspect of environment. Okay, so we will have the species in news. For example, for this week, the past week we had the olive ridley turtles, we had the rotten free-tailed bat. Okay, then we had two major places in news. For example, the Dhava Dholi Oran, that is a sacred grove. Okay, then we have the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. This has been in news because of the cheetah reintroduction only, so that is there. And there is also a personality in news. Okay, so we had Tulsi Gowda ji, ठीक है, so she was in news, and along with that there was another personality who received the Champions of Earth award, ठीक है, so he was also there in news, that has been previously covered as well. So we have Madhav Gadgil ji, ठीक है, so he was also the personality in news related to environment. Okay, so let's move ahead with the session, moving to the first one. So why olive ridley was in news? Because there were a lot of carcasses of the olive ridley turtles that were seen on the coasts of the Vishakhapatnam. तो विशाखापट्टनम की जो coast है वहाँ पर बहुत सारे हमें उनकी carcasses is what? It's the dead body. Okay, so that's the dead body of these olive ridley that were found. Okay, and why are these dead bodies being found, or what is the cause of death? Of course, major two reasons are the marine pollution and the trawling activities. जो ट्रॉलिंग एक्टिविटीज होती है फिशिंग रिलेटेड, ठीक है, सो दे गेट अटैच्ड टू दैट और दे गेट injured because of those trawlers, and that is causing the death of these olive ridley turtles. Now olive ridley turtles हमेशा से important रहा है, and now also when the news has been in there, so we need to study about that, ठीक है. So let's come to the what is the context. So context, I have already told you that there was lot of carcasses of these olive ridley that are washing ashore on the Vishakhapatnam coast. Okay, majorly the beaches that were affected, they have been mentioned. For example, the RK beach, the Mangarai Peta beach, and other city beaches. The significant or the number of the carcasses have been observed. For example, 10 have been found in particular this beach only. हमारे लिए क्या important है? That it is causing alarm among the environmentalists, the locals, and the authorities as well. So everybody is concerned about this, and they are also taking lot of steps. ऐसा नहीं है that olive ridley के लिए already the government, the local administration in the nesting areas जहाँ पर olive ridley हर साल nesting के लिए आते हैं, वहाँ पर already government is also taking lot of efforts. Okay, so coming to the olive ridley turtles becomes important for us. So this is the picture of the olive ridley turtle. Okay, it gets its name from the characteristic color. Okay, so that is the olive color that it has, इसीलिए उसका नाम भी उसी पर दिया हुआ है. तो their olive colored shell or the outer part that gives them the name. Okay, they are the smallest, yet they are the most abundant turtles in the global level. ठीक है, तो they are smallest but they are most abundant. Then coming to their feeding habits, ठीक है, तो अब हम देखेंगे कि उनकी feeding habits या what is their diet. So they are basically carnivores. So they are primarily feeding on what? They are primarily feeding on the jellyfish, the shrimp, crabs, and other invertebrates. Then from this page, what are the important points for us? Of course, they are smallest yet they are most abundant. They are globally present. Then their diet, that they are carnivores. This is an important point for us. Then of course the color, the unique name is because of their color code only. Then the protection status becomes important for us from the exam point of view. So Wildlife Protection Act 1972 Schedule 1, ठीक है, so highest protection. Then we have the IUCN Red List, it's in vulnerable category, and CITES, it is in the Appendix 1. Okay, so these three parameters are important for us from the exam point of view. Then some more features about the olive ridleys, for example, the habitat or the niche we could say. Okay, so habitat becomes important. So what all regions they are found? They are found in the Pacific, Atlantic and the Indian Oceans. And when I talk about India, when we talk about India, the world largest rookery that is in the Odisha's Gahirmatha Marine Sanctuary. Okay, so Odisha mein we have the largest nesting site of these olive ridley turtles. So this is the picture of the Gahirmatha. Okay, so you can have a look. Now this is the map. Okay, so this is here, this is Gahirmatha here, so it's in Odisha. Okay, this is the region of India that is we are talking about, that's Odisha. Olive ridley nesting beach that is here, that is Dhamra. Okay, then the marked one in green, these are also the sporadic nesting beaches. So mass nesting beaches are the ones that are marked in red, these ones. Okay, the three, and the green ones in between are also sporadic nesting beaches. Okay, so यहाँ पर भी there are certain nesting that is happening, and major rivers that are contributing. We have the Rishikulya river, Devi river, Mahanadi river. Okay, so this is the major region where we are finding the largest nesting sites of the olive ridley turtles. Then what is the scientific importance? Of course, they are well known for their mass nesting sites, जिनको हम अरीबाडा बोलते हैं. ठीक है, तो they are very famous for this. And what is happening in this mass nesting sites, that thousands of females travel to the shore, they come to the shore, okay, to lay their eggs simultaneously. So बहुत सारे females एक साथ आते हैं, so that is why it is called as mass nesting that is happening, and they lay their eggs. Okay, then nesting is happening up to 3 times a year. This is also important, and with the each clutch containing 100 or more eggs. Okay. Then of course they are every species has a key role. We have already studied. ठीक है, हमारे ऐसा कोई भी species नहीं है जिसका कोई importance ना हो. Okay, every species has an important role in the ecosystem, in the food chains, in the food webs, and if we are losing anyone, that is a threat to the ecosystem as well. Okay, so coming to the ecological significance, they are also acting as an essential link in the marine ecosystem. Okay, they are by maintaining the health of the seagrass beds and the coral reefs. Okay, then other more features that are major issues that have been identified which are causing the deaths of these olive ridley. We should have a brief understanding that of course there is marine pollution. Marine pollution का मतलब क्या है? Pollution मतलब something which is contaminating. Now this contamination is happening because of the chemicals, because of the pesticides, because of the plastics that are being drained into the water bodies, into the oceans. Okay, now these are affecting the marine life, and of course olive ridleys are also the ones that are affected. Along with that, they are also vulnerable as they surface to breathe or approach shores to the nest, because they are coming on the surface to breathe. So वो सांस लेने के लिए ऊपर आते हैं, and that is the time they get injured because of these trawlers or these fish catching activities. Okay, or the nets also they are getting impacted because of that, and also since they are coming to the shores also, so then also they are more vulnerable. Then trawling activities, the heavy fishing vessels often catch the turtles accidentally, and during the trawling operations जब होते हैं, तो जब वो heavy fishing nets होते हैं, the vessels they catch them accidentally, and that is causing the deaths of these olive ridley turtles. So that's a major conservation challenge that all the authorities are facing and having, irrespective of the fact that there are artificial hatcheries that are being constructed, that are being made on the coasts for them. Okay, artificial hatcheries are built up. ठीक है, the dead turtles are also continuing to wash ashore. So dead turtles जो हैं वो भी एक problem बनते हैं, because then there would be lot of birds, there would be lot of animals that would be feeding on the dead bodies. So that makes the beach unpleasant and harmful for the ecological cycle as well. ठीक है, so that was why the olive ridley was in news, and it becomes important for us just to quickly revise about the olive ridley turtles. Okay, then coming to the second news, that is the rotten free-tailed bat. Now the rotten free-tailed bat, a highly rare species, has been spotted in Delhi's Yamuna Biodiversity Park. Now we are talking about Delhi. Delhi, the city that has been so infamous because of the past few months. It has been so infamous because of the air pollution, stubble burning, okay? And along with that we have our Yamuna river as well, okay? So the pollution in the Yamuna river and the air pollution in Delhi NCR region, उसकी वजह से हमने दिल्ली के बारे में बहुत सारी न्यूज़ सुनी है. But एक अच्छी न्यूज़ भी हमें पता चल रही है, that is that there is a rare species of bat that has been found or that has been spotted in the Aravali Biodiversity Park. Okay, so what is this bat species? That's important. This is something different which we are getting to know about Delhi. Okay, so that's a rare sighting that has happened in Delhi in the DDA's Yamuna Biodiversity Park. There was a routine survey that was going on in the park, and that time the authorities spotted this bat species. So this bat species is previously known primarily from the Western Ghats. तो ये Western Ghats में था, वहाँ पर उनकी कुछ colonies already exist करती हैं. Then there were also some sightings in Jaintia Hills of Meghalaya, and only one and few have been found in Cambodia as well. ठीक है, तो इन तीन regions में this has been found earlier. What is the significance of this finding? हमें इस finding से क्या पता चलता है? That it is an important ecological discovery of Delhi, of course, that I told you in the beginning also, and there were also 4 bat species that were previously considered locally extinct. Okay, so we are talking about Delhi here, and it is also a testament to the success of the ecological restoration efforts that are being taken care in Delhi NCR region over 2 decades. Okay, so that is something good जो हम एफर्ट्स लगा रहे हैं अरावली बायोडाइवर्सिटी पार्क में, यमुना बायोडाइवर्सिटी पार्क में, ठीक है. तो ये जितने भी हम बायोडाइवर्सिटी पार्क से इम्प्रूवमेंट कर रहे हैं सो दैट वी कैन इम्प्रूव द इकोसिस्टम और द एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ द दिल्ली एनसीआर रीजन. And when we are seeing or witnessing a species that is coming here and we are spotting it, so that is that's a positive effort, and that is something which is a successful milestone for all. Okay, so that's the bat species that's there. So it becomes important for us to know a little bit about this bat species. So rotten free-tailed bat, this is the picture of this bat. Something little different from the bat species which we have seen. So its distinct physical features are, first of all, the large size with huge ears that are extended beyond the muzzle. Okay, so it has huge ears. Then we have a bicolored velvet fur, making it easily identifiable to the bat researchers. Then the roosting habits. Roosting is the place where they are living or they are nesting, okay, where they are resting. I have already told you when we had covered one of the bat species. So they prefer in caves, dark and damp, and the slightly warm locations जहाँ पर they are roosting, okay, they are staying, okay. They have beyond the natural abilities, we could say, उनकी जो flying abilities हैं that are very very powerful, okay, and allowing it to forage over long distances. Foraging habits मतलब होता है the habit of going in search of food, ठीक है. So animals or birds, they have foraging activities. Foraging word का मतलब होता है the, we could say, hunting or food finding activity, ठीक है. तो खाने की search पे when they go, so they have powerful flighting abilities, and that is because of this they can forage over large distances. Okay, so that's some basic information about the rotten free-tailed bat. Then it also has a very important role in the pollination and also in regulating the population of the insects. Okay, this is important for us from the exam point of view, that it is assisting in pollination and it is also helping in regulating the insects population, so that it is helping in maintaining the ecological balance. Coming to the conservation status here as well. So earlier it was classified as critically endangered until 2000, but now listed as data deficient on the IUCN Red List due to the limited knowledge and the scattered populations. ओके, सो दिस इज अबाउट द रॉटन फ्री टेल्ड बैट. आपको क्या याद रखना है, रिसेंटली कहाँ स्पॉट हुआ, दिल्ली में यमुना बायोडाइवर्सिटी पार्क में. ओके, देन what are its key characteristic features, okay, where all are the regions where it has been founded. Then yes, along with that that it has a important role in ecological balance maintenance mein and in assisting in pollination. Along with that, its conservation status. That is all what is required for us from the exam point of view and specifically prelims ke point of view se, theek hai. Then of course, significance of the discovery, I've already discussed that this discovery becomes important, that it is highlighting the impact of scientific ecological interventions. It is also showing us that restoration of Delhi's biodiversity biological park has enabled the rewilding and the re-establishment of the species. Earlier also there is a species like the Blyth horseshoe bat that is also come. So when the ecological, अगर वहाँ का environment suitable हो रहा है तभी organisms, तभी species आकर वहाँ पर वापस से जनरेट हो सकता है. पहले historically यहाँ पर रहते होंगे बहुत सारी species, but जैसे जैसे development हुआ, forests were cut, okay, so there were no habitats for them. So habitat loss and fragmentation is the major reason for the loss of the species. Then they leave that area and they might go to somewhere else wherever they can find a place. So when we are reviving, when we are doing lot of conservation efforts, we are witnessing that species are also coming back. Okay, so they are finding a place, they have a home, they have enough food that is available in that area. So we are witnessing a comeback of the species as well. Okay, so it is also emphasizing the need for continued habitat restoration and the research on the feed ecology and behavior aid conservation. Okay, so this is something which is a successful incident that has happened, and it is also giving us an important highlight कि किस तरीके से हमारे efforts एक change ला सकते हैं ecosystem या environment के अंदर भी. ठीक है. Then we have the third news, that is Dhawa Dholi, Jodhpur. So Dhawa Dholi, here is why the wildlife of this Oran near Jodhpur city is in danger. So what is an Oran first? Orans are basically what? They are sacred groves. Sacred का मतलब क्या होता है? Sacred, for example, we have so many religions. Now all of those religions have sacred texts. So sacred is something जिसको हम pray करते हैं, ठीक है. That is something that is we consider it, we have a deity, हमारे कोई god होते हैं, ठीक है, and हम उसे बहुत ज़्यादा pray करते हैं और उस चीज़ को हम बहुत supreme मानते हैं, ठीक है. We literally pray to it. Okay, similarly there are certain tracts of the forest that are considered sacred by the tribals or the local people and they protect it. Okay, so in fact the species also that are there in that sacred grove that are also protected by the local people that are inhabiting that area. Simply आप ऐसे समझ सकते हैं कि एक forest land, एक forest का कोई tree या कोई tract या कोई region जिसको एक भगवान के रूप में लोगों ने conservation करा और उसको पूजा जाता है, ठीक है. So there are religious sentiments attached to that. Okay, so they are known as Orans. And they have other different names also in different parts of the country of India. ठीक है. So हर एक country में, हर एक state में there are different names given to these sacred groves. Now we are talking about Dhawa Dholi, which is also a sacred grove in Rajasthan, specifically near the Jodhpur city. And this was in news because this region is facing lot of challenges. For example, there is one river that is the toxic water that is coming from one of the tributaries of Luni river. तो Luni river जो है उसकी एक tributary है, उसके अंदर से there is a lot of toxic water that is coming. ठीक है. So that is one thing, that water pollution is a major problem that is there. Then the hunting by the free ranging dogs, the conversion of the grasslands into fields and the factories are threatening the biodiversity in this sacred grove region. Along with that, there was another article that was talking about sacred groves. So the Supreme Court cites the Bhagavad Gita while asking or directing the center to formulate a policy to manage the sacred groves. So Supreme Court ने साइट करा जो हमारी भगवद गीता है, सो भगवद गीता's वर्स 20 इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, द वर्स 20 ऑफ चैप्टर 13, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि हमें sacred groves के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए we should have a national level policy so that we can identify the sacred groves that are present in India, we can demarcate them, we can have a plan how we will protect these sacred groves, okay, how we can protect the biodiversity that is there, and how we can regulate the human activities in the vicinity of these sacred groves as well. Okay, so while talking about that, so Supreme Court cited, and it was also talking about the Piplantri village in Rajasthan. तो राजस्थान के अंदर एक पिपलांतरी विलेज है, तो that is a very famous village because this village has a very good initiative where they are planting trees on the birth of every girl child. ठीक है, तो उसको भी साइट करते हुए कहा, and they lauded the effort of this village, and the Supreme Court said that nature is the source of all materials that we have. For example, the material, basically the nature is the source of all the material things that are there. Okay, for example, the maker itself, the making process, and the things that are made. So everything is derived by this nature only. Okay, so that's why sacred groves become important for us, and specifically Dhawadholi at itself. Okay, so coming to Dhawadholi, so this is the image of the Dhawadholi region, sacred grove. Now this is the river Jojari river. ठीक है, तो जोजारी river जो है, now what this is a tributary of Luni. ठीक है, तो ये लूनी की ट्रिब्यूटरी है जिसमें देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ टॉक्सिक वाटर. नाउ दिस टॉक्सिक वाटर इज कॉजिंग अ थ्रेट, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस देयर इज अ रिडक्शन इन द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द स्पीशीज एज वेल दैट आर लिविंग इन दिस रीजन. स्पेसिफिकली वी टॉक अबाउट द ब्लैक बग एंड द चिंकारास. ठीक है, तो ब्लैक बग भी हमने पढ़ा है, पहले से बहुत न्यूज में था. ठीक है, सो ब्लैक बग ऑफ कोर्स यू शुड नो अबाउट दैट एज वेल फ्रॉम द प्रीलिम्स 2025. सो this is Jojari river, and this is the polluted tract which we can see in the Dhawadholi Oran. Okay, so major issues जो Dhawadholi के अंदर है, first of all is the pollution, that is the toxic waste from the industries that are flowing into this river Jojari, and finally it is affecting the Orans, the sacred groves infrastructure or the ecosystem. Sorry. Then there is a lot of habitat loss also that is happening because we are converting the grasslands into farms or fields. ठीक है, तो grasslands को convert करा जा रहा है खेती करने के लिए. So that is also one major cause of concern, and that is the major reason of the habitat loss that is happening for the species that are living in those areas. Sandbags are being placed to divert the water from for farming, alerting the नेचुरल वाटर कोर्स. अब जो रिवर्स भी जो फ्लो कर रही हैं वहां पर, उसमें हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, फार्मर्स आर डूइंग व्हाट, दे आर पुटिंग सैंड बैग्स एंड दे आर डाइवर्टिंग द रूट ऑफ द रिवर इटसेल्फ सो दैट दे कैन डाइवर्ट द वाटर टुवर्ड्स देयर फील्ड्स. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो डिस्टर्बिंग द नेचुरल कोर्स ऑफ द रिवर. ओके, देन हंटिंग फ्रॉम द फ्री रेंजिंग डॉग्स, बिकॉज देयर इज एन एब्सेंस ऑफ द एपेक्स प्रेडेटर्स लाइक द वुल्फ्स, because they have declined. Okay, their presence have declined, so we are witnessing what, that the dogs have risen on the wildlife. So dogs का attack भी बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है, increase हो चुका है, and also in the vicinity there are local people also living, so they are also having lot of dogs. Okay, so that is also one of the causes of the decline in the population of the chinkara, the key species that are there. Then the declining populations, I've already told you that for example, black bug की population has reduced, the reduction in the chinkara population and the spiny tailed lizards as well. So these are the major things or the reasons or issues we could say in Dhawadholi that were there, that are highlighted in the article. ठीक है, then we have the sacred groves. So what are these sacred groves? So it's not double O, it's O only. Okay, so I guess the spelling is wrong here, it's just O. Okay, so small patches of the forest or the natural vegetation that are protected by the local communities, okay, dedicated to local deities. Deities यानी कि we could say God, okay, या भगवान जिसको कह सकते हैं हम, जिनको हम पूजते हैं. They are sites of religious and also some cultural significance as well. ठीक है. Ecological role क्या है? Of course, they are repositories of the biodiversity that is thriving there. They are sheltering the rare plant and the animal species as well. These regions are helping in prohibiting the hunting and deforestation, and they are also allowing sustainable activities like honey collection and the dead wood gathering. So these all activities are allowed there. Of course, some sustainable activities like these are allowed in the sacred groves, but of course we need to have a very a national framework for the sacred groves as well in India also. Okay, now coming to the geographical distribution, if we see in India, so they are found majorly in Western Ghats, Himalayas, northeastern hill tracts and central India. And in different states, these sacred groves are known by different names. For example, they are known as Sarna in Bihar, Devvan in Himachal, Devrakaddu in Karnataka, Kavu or Sarpa in Kerala, Devrai in Maharashtra, and they are known as Orans in Rajasthan. ठीक है, तो different states have different names for these sacred groves. At least you could remember few of them. ठीक है, so that you can match them if there's something like that in the options. So you should be just familiar with few of the names. Of course, देव वन नेम से ही समझ में आ रहा है, देव है ना, sacred, देव यानी देवता. ठीक है, देवरकड्डू, देवरई और देवरई. ठीक है, so these are the different names in different states for these sacred groves. Now coming to this Piplantri village, so this was also highlighted. तो हमें पता होना चाहिए ये village का क्या initiative था, because they are planting almost 111 trees for every girl child that is born. Now what is the benefit of planting these trees? First of all, enhanced local income. How? Of course, they are planting the local varieties. ठीक है, they are planting local varieties. For example, they are planting aloe vera उगा रहे हैं. ठीक है, bamboo उगा रहे हैं. ठीक है, so these varieties that are being grown, so they have the women's, what is happening, women's are organizing them in themselves in self-help groups, and they are having local markets for that, and they can also sell these products. ठीक है, तो इन सब चीजों से जो बनी हुई चीजें होती हैं, so they can sell these products, so there is an enhanced local income that is there. Along with that, reduction in the female feticide. Of course, they are celebrating the birth of a girl child, so it has helped in reducing the incidence of female feticide in the country or the entire region. Okay, then there is a lot of awareness also that is growing up in this region. Then of course, empowered women self-help groups, which I told you when I was talking about the local income. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से ये एक रोल मॉडल बनता है या एक बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस बनता है, विच यू कुड मेंशन इन योर मेंस आंसर राइटिंग, एसे राइटिंग. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर आप इस केस स्टडी को, इस एग्जाम्पल को यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, देन वी हैव द गांधी सागर वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी. नाउ चीताज हैव बीन इन न्यूज. तो चीता हम ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं. Cheetah reintroduction program is very important. Now if you get a question in prelims related to cheetah, that should not be wrong. That is something that is but obvious. Entire year it has been in news. So along with that only, Madhya Pradesh is again in news. Madhya Pradesh was recently in news again. Why? What for? The tiger reserve जो अभी recently add हुआ है, that is रतापानी. रतापानी एक और टाइगर रिजर्व मध्य प्रदेश में बन रहा है. ठीक है, सो दैट वो बन चुका है. ठीक है, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर. मध्य प्रदेश बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में रहा है रिलेटेड टू योर बायोडाइवर्सिटी. सो देयर इज ऑल्सो अ प्लान ऑफ अ न्यू होम फॉर द चीतास, बट द लेपर्ड्स will have to move out first. So what is it saying कि हम मध्य प्रदेश में we will introduce the cheetahs in a phased wise manner in this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary that is along the border of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. But before doing that we will have to move out the leopard population that is there, and this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary is having a very good population of the leopards there. Now leopards will pose a challenge for these cheetahs. Why? First of all, there is a chance of attack on the cubs and the juveniles. ठीक है, तो जो छोटे बच्चे होंगे, कब्स होंगे, उनकी डेथ का कॉज हो सकते हैं. द लेपर्ड्स कैन अटैक दोज कब्स इफ दे आर बोर्न. सेकेंड इज कंपटीशन भी होगा प्रे के लिए, तो प्रे स्पीशीज भी खाने के लिए भी लड़ाई हो सकती है चीताज और लेपर्ड्स के बीच में. ऑफ कोर्स चीताज को हम वैसे ही बहुत केयर से इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे, एक फेस्ड मैनर में हम उनको एक फेंसिंग वाले एनक्लोजर में पहले इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे. देन दे विल अडैप्ट इन दैट एरिया फॉर सर्टेन टाइम. देयर वुड बी रेडियो कॉलरिंग दैट वुड बी डन. देयर वुड बी लॉट ऑफ कैमरा ट्रैप्स दैट वुड बी इन्वॉल्व. देयर वुड बी लॉट ऑफ जेनेटिक स्टडीज ऑल्सो दैट वुड बी पुट ऑन देम. देयर वुड बी 24/7 मॉनिटरिंग ऑफ दोज चीताज एज वेल. ठीक है, तो उस टाइम पे वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड दैट देयर इज एन अटैक बाय दीज लेपर्ड्स एज वेल. ठीक है, एंड वी हैव टू अश्योर कि एडिक्वेट प्रे स्पीशीज हो जिन पर चीतास फीड कर पाए. ठीक है, मीन्स उनके पास डियर्स, चिंकारा, ब्लैक बक, ऑल ऑफ दीज, मतलब जो भी उनके प्रे स्पीशीज है, स्मॉल एनिमल्स विच दे कैन फीड अपॉन, दे शुड बी देयर. ओके, सो वी हैव टू अश्योर दैट एज वेल. So this is something which would require a lot of planning. Okay, so what becomes important for us? Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary is important for us. Cheetah already we have studied, it is important for us. Madhya Pradesh already important because Madhya Pradesh was in news because of the tiger reserves as well. That's the Ratapani. तो Ratapani भी आप रिवाइज करेंगे, आप गांधी सागर को भी आज पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है, so coming to that was the context. So when we are planning to reintroduce or bring them to the cheetahs to MP, there was also one more thing. MP was also in news because of the Kuno. तो Kuno नेशनल पार्क भी हमने पढ़ा है, ये भी बहुत न्यूज में था, तो इसलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पड़ता है कि हम इसको एग्जॉस्टिवली पढ़ें. देन इट विल ऑल्सो इंक्लूड द मेजर्स लाइक एनालाइजिंग द चीता लीनिएज और द जेनेटिक डाइवर्सिटी, relocating the leopards from the predator proof fenced areas. predator proof fenced areas मतलब वो areas जहाँ पर cheetahs को initially we would introduce them, so that area would be fenced. Okay, we would assure that वहाँ पर there are no predators that are there, okay, apart from the cheetahs. Okay, so that they are not at a threat. Okay, then we have to augment meaning we have to increase or the prey population to ensure sustainability for the cheetahs as well. Okay, so these are the measures that would be taken care by the government or the authorities, and they're doing that. Okay, so that's the planning stage that's going on. So coming to Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, it becomes important. It's situated where? It's in the northwestern Madhya Pradesh, near the Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan border. So this is Rajasthan here. This yellow state is the Madhya Pradesh, very important state from the biodiversity point of view. Okay, lot of tiger reserves are there, lot of and a good amount of tiger population is also there. Then this is the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. It is here. So ये राजस्थान और मध्य प्रदेश के बॉर्डर पर है. ठीक है, so lies within the Kathiawar Gir dry deciduous forest region, declared as a wildlife sanctuary in 1974, covering an area of 268 square kilometers. Very important feature that is there is the Chambal river that is flowing through this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, and it is dividing it into two equal parts. Becomes important, or I would say two parts, not equal, I would say. So it is Chambal river is dividing it in two parts. That is an important point, and it is also recognized as an important bird and biodiversity area. So गांधी सागर बिकम्स के कौन से पॉइंट्स हमें रिटेन करने हैं? वेयर इज इट लोकेटेड? नॉर्थ वेस्ट मध्य प्रदेश, अलॉन्ग द बॉर्डर ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश एंड राजस्थान. देन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ वेजिटेशन इज देयर? ड्राई डेसिडुअस. Then it is any important river that is there? Of course, Chambal is there, and it's an important bird and biodiversity area as well. Then there is topography and vegetation again. So we would say that it is including hills, plateaus, catchment area of the Gandhi Sagar Dam as well. तो जो गांधी सागर डैम है उसका जो कैचमेंट एरिया है वो भी इसी सेंचुरी के प्रेमाइसेस में लाई करता है, दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर. वेजिटेशन टाइप ऑफ कोर्स ड्राई डेसिडुअस, northern tropical dry mixed deciduous or dry deciduous crop. So basically dry deciduous forest is the major dominant one. Then principal tree species, if you could remember, just have a rough idea: khair, salai, kardhai, dhavda, tendu and palash, all of these are grown. Fauna is but obvious that you would find chinkara, nilgai, spotted deer. We would have all the carnivores as well, leopards, okay, hyenas, jackals. Aquatic species, we have crocodiles, turtles and everything. Okay, so these are the major points of the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. Along with that, there are certain historical and cultural features also associated with this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. For example, it is home to some of the important archaeological and historical sites. For example, we have the Chaurasigarh Chaturbhuj Nath Temple, we have the Bhadkaji rock paintings, this is the image of that. We have the Hinglajgarh Fort and we have the Taksaseswar Temple. So all of these are the places that are home to the it is the sites that are there in this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary area. So these are also important for you. ठीक है, तो आपको रफ आइडिया होना चाहिए कुछ इन साइट्स के बारे में and some certain features about the wildlife sanctuary as well. Okay. Then we are coming to the last topic, that is the Tulsi Gowda, the encyclopedia of forest, passes away at 86. Now that's a personality that was in news. So she was very renowned for her conservation efforts that she took, okay, and she was also a Padma awardee, and even our honorable PM had a condolence message for her, okay, and she would remain a guiding light for the environmental conservation. Now why are we studying about a personality? हो सकता है डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेगा यूपीएससी, वो नहीं पूछेगा है ना, who was Tulsi Gowda, not expected something like that. But from your UPSC syllabus, how you can put or utilize this kind of a fact? Now coming to GS paper 1, Indian society, role of women and tribal communities in environmental conservation. Then GS paper 3 of course is environment ecology. वहाँ पर आप कर सकते हो that grassroots level पे how the people are putting their efforts, okay, in biodiversity protection and conservation. Then we come to ethics paper 4. Okay, so example of perseverance, dedication and ethical commitment to environmental conservation. Now when you are giving or writing mains, that time if you are mentioning an example like this, that is something which is a very recent one, okay, and the examiner will give you an extra marks. Then along with your essay writing as well. So it is providing you a real life anecdote for topics on environment and women empowerment, or I would say tribal contributions also to the national development. So this is showing us how the tribals are also contributing in the national development. So Tulsi Gowda, you can highlight this as a very important thing, and also you should know who was she. So this is her picture while she was receiving the Padma award. Okay, so she is a Padma awardee from Karnataka, and she is also revered as the tree goddess by the Halakai tribal community, and she died recently only, okay, due to the age related issues. And this is just a brief history about her. So of course she was born in 1944 in a small village of Karnataka. Of course she faced adversaries very early. She lost her father at a very young age, and she grew up in poverty, sacrificed the formal education, but with her mother has played a very important role in her life. She used to go in the local nursery, okay, so her innate bond with the nature and the remarkable forest knowledge soon developed or became evident as she identified the mother trees. ठीक है, तो mother trees को उन्होंने identify करा, and she nurtured the seeds for afforestation, and a lot of commitment and a lot of years of efforts were there. 35 years she had worked as a daily wage worker, and an additional 15 years as a permanent forest department employee. Okay, after her efforts, उनके efforts को देखने के बाद forest department gave her a permanent job. Okay, and she was very instrumental in planting over 1 lakh tree species and a very important role in safeguarding wildlife and mitigating the forest fires as well. Okay, so lot of traditional knowledge she had, so that's why she is considered as a encyclopedia of the forest, and she knew about the trees, the species and the mother plants, mother trees. Okay, तो उन्हें बहुत डिटेल नॉलेज थी, एंड उसकी वजह से बहुत सारे जो फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट के प्रोजेक्ट्स भी चले, उनके एफर्ट से द थिंग्स वुड बिकेम वेरी फ्रूटफुल. Okay, so this is about her, and also you know that there is one more important personality, that is Gadgil ji. Okay, so he had received the UNEP's highest environmental award जो होता है, that is the Champions of Earth Award. तो वो भी अभी उनको recently मिला था, ठीक है. So he was awarded that. So Champions of Earth Award is given by United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, and he received in the life achievement category. So that was also one more personality, and he made a very important role and contribution in the Western Ghats. Okay, so we have the Gadgil committee also, that was pro environment, or I would say that said that more protection should be given to the Western Ghats region, and we should make a criteria कि ecologically sensitive कितना percentage हम area जो होगा वो वेस्टर्न घाट्स का इकोलॉजिकली सेंसिटिव उसको डिमार्केट करे. अलॉन्ग विद दैट देयर इज वन मोर कमिटी, दैट इज द कस्तूरी रंगन कमिटी. दैट कमिटी demarcated or highlighted that that it was more true towards development. Okay, I would say, and it demarcated a very less area that should be considered as ecologically sensitive in the Western Ghats. Okay, so Madhav Gadgil ji becomes also important, and that's Tulsi Gowda ji. And this is one practice question for you, so you can practice this question. Okay, so that's on the olive ridley turtles, and you will mention the answers in the comment box. I will wait for your answers, and if you have any other doubt related to environment and ecology, you're most welcome to ask me. Okay, thank you very much. Keep learning and keep revising, and I hope you will sail through the environment section.